What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and we have lots of very interesting topics to talk about. The first one is Liverpool are in talks with Paris Saint-Germain to take Kylian Mbappe on a one-year loan. This is an absolutely sensational news coming from the Mirror newspaper, and many other news outlets are publishing the same story. So let me know what do you think about this. We will also have an update on the Lavia transfer deal. Jurgen Klopp has spoken about Jordan Henderson leaving and how surprised he was on that, and also we will talk about, of course, Fabinho's imminent departure to Saudi Arabia. Jurgen Klopp has talked about that as well. And I'm recording this before the Liverpool-Leicester preseason game, so you are watching it probably after the game, so let me know what you think about the game, and I will review probably the game in the evening or tomorrow. But the Mirror newspaper, John Richardson in particular, is reporting that Liverpool are in talks with PSG over a sensational loan move for Kylian Mbappe. Paris Saint-Germain are absolutely furious after they accepted a world record £259 million bid from Al Hilal for Kylian Mbappe, and yet Mbappe refused to even sit down with them. He refused to even talk with the Saudi Arabian club, and fair play to Mbappe. He is sticking with, his footballing career, and he wants to either play in the French league with Paris Saint-Germain or play for Real Madrid in the Spanish league. And I think Real Madrid don't want to make the same mistake. They already offered £200 million for Mbappe like 1 year ago, I think, where Paris Saint-Germain didn't accept that bid. And then, Real Madrid was left red-faced after Mbappe told them privately that he will choose Real Madrid. So now, basically, Real Madrid want Mbappe to go there for free. And Liverpool are ready to offer Mbappe, according to this journalists in the Mirror. Liverpool are ready to offer Mbappe a one-year loan deal, which gets him out of Paris after 1 year, and which gets him out of Paris right now, and it will bring in cash for Paris Saint-Germain because Liverpool have to pay a loan fee. And I mean, if Mbappe on a 5 or 6 year contract would cost around £250 million, then a 1 year loan could cost as much as £50 million. Do you think Mbappe for 1 year is worth that amount? Of course, Liverpool will never be able to afford Mbappe's transfer fee. We didn't even have enough money to afford signing Jude Bellingham, plus affording his wages when we needed a midfield rebuild. If we already had a stacked midfield and we only needed to add Bellingham on top of it, maybe we would have gone with the Bellingham transfer. The bottom line is Liverpool don't have even £100 million to pay for one player, never mind 250. So Mbappe is only going to go to Liverpool either on loan or as a free transfer, and even as a free transfer his wages would be like almost double of what Mo Salah is earning. Liverpool's wage structure would be completely skewed. But a 1 year loan deal actually works, because then you can say to Salah, Mbappe is only here for 1 year and maybe Paris Saint-Germain will pay part of his wages, and this is better for Paris Saint-Germain as well than losing Mbappe for nothing. Because if Mbappe just stays at PSG, he sulks on the bench, he doesn't really play with 100% enthusiasm, and then Paris Saint-Germain will lose him anyway for free. This way, actually, Paris Saint-Germain gets at least some of their money back. They get around £50 million on a loan fee. That's just pure speculation on my part, by the way. The 50 million is coming from me, not from the journalist. I just thought if, Joao Felix cost like 15 to 20 million for a 1 year loan for Chelsea. Do I seriously think Liverpool will do this deal? Not really, if I'm perfectly honest with you guys, and I want to be, but I think this is a story worth reporting on, and I also want to hear your opinion. Part of why I love making these videos for this little and growing Liverpool community on my channel is that I love reading your comments. And I was on holiday for the past like 7 days, so I haven't been able to reply to as many of your comments, but I will try to reply to more often and to more of your comments. So Liverpool have been encouraged by Mbappe's respect for the club, and the fact that his mother, Faisal Lamari, also Mbappe's agent, is a big Liverpool fan. I'm not sure how that came about, how Mbappe's mother became a Liverpool fan, but that dates back for more than 10 years. And I mean, Mbappe was even asked about this, and he said, ask my mother why she's a Liverpool fan. Of course, Mbappe's mother will have a big influence on his son's career. Mbappe has often even praised Anfield manager Jurgen Klopp, and he and his representatives held transfer discussions with Liverpool when he was at Monaco before joining Paris Saint-Germain. Mbappe confirmed recently in an interview with The Telegraph, we talked with Liverpool a little bit, not too much, we talked a little bit. I talked to Liverpool because it's my favorite, it's the favorite club of my mom. My mom loves Liverpool. I don't know why, you will have to ask her. It's a good club, and we met them 5 years ago when I was in Monaco. It's a big club and I respect them. That's what Mbappe is saying basically. Mbappe recently gave an interview also to France Football magazine where he branded Paris Saint-Germain a divisive club. And when asked if he felt his performances for PSG has been trivialized, he said, yes, but at the same time, I don't blame them really. In France, they saw me grow up, they see me all the time. At PSG every weekend or in selection, I've been scoring a lot for years. So for people, it's becoming normal. I've never complained that my performances are trivialized. I'm young and I've had the chance to, not too long ago, I was an observer before being an actor. He's talking about like acting on the pitch. I trivialized what Messi was doing, what Cristiano Ronaldo was doing, what the great players were doing. We are in a consumer society where it's good, but do it again. I think playing at PSG doesn't help much because it's a divisive team, a divisive club. So of course it attracts gossip, but it doesn't bother me because I know what I'm doing and how I do it. Paris Saint-Germain are facing the prospect of losing Mbappe for nothing. He's not going to sign another contract extension, whatever Paris Saint-Germain are throwing at him. Money is no object at them anymore with Mbappe, because PSG already gave him ludicrous wages when they extended his contract last time, so it's their fault really. And now, because PSG want to actually get some money for Mbappe, they are maybe open to loaning him out for a loan fee, and that way at least they get another 30, 40, 50 million pounds, whatever the loan fee will be, before losing Mbappe inevitably on a free transfer, and he will probably go to Real Madrid. But who knows, if in this 1 yearless loan spell he falls in love with Liverpool and he sees what a great club we are, what a brilliant environment we are, what a great manager Jurgen Klopp is. Imagine if Mbappe changes his mind and 1 year from now he signs for Liverpool on a free transfer. Because money is not everything. Mbappe is already filthy rich, and maybe he will accept a little bit lower wages to what he would get at Real Madrid, but playing for Liverpool for another 2-3 years. Maybe he can sign a 2-year contract at Liverpool, and then he could go to Real Madrid when he's at his peak and play there for another 5 years. I mean, Mbappe is still, I think, only 24, 25 years old. Liverpool don't really need a striker, don't really need a forward, but turning Mbappe down on a 1-year loan would be absolutely crazy from Liverpool. But first, of course, I want Liverpool to sign defensive midfielders, and if it means eating into the budget of a defensive midfielder, of signing a defensive midfielder, I actually would say no to Mbappe. But I think Liverpool can afford Mbappe, and imagine how much marketing and how much like advertisement revenue you could get signing Mbappe, even if it's just for 1 year. For 1 year, Liverpool would get so much buzz, so much hype around him for signing Mbappe, and he would attract a lot more new fans. Imagine the amount of shirts and kits and merchandise we could sell with Mbappe. We could make some of that 50 million pound back pretty easily. Mbappe is an absolute monster of a player. Only Erling Haaland matches him in today's world. Of course, Messi and Ronaldo are still the best two players, but they are the thing of the past now, almost, and Mbappe and Haaland are the present and the future. Mbappe has 244 goals and 115 assists in 325 games, according to Transfermarkt. Absolutely crazy, ludicrous numbers. And his current market value is around 180 million euros. Maybe only Haaland is worth a little bit more than Mbappe. He is 24 years old. And he's averaging around 40 goals per season for the past like 5 seasons when he was playing at PSG. There was only one season where he scored only 30, and when he had an injury hit campaign playing only 37 games, still scoring 30 goals is brilliant. But in all the other seasons, 39, 42, 39 and 41 goals in 43 games last season. Absolutely crazy numbers. And also for the France national team, 40 goals in 70 games. And he's only 24, so he will break all kinds of records. And I think it's time for Mbappe to get out of the French league. Of course, Paris Saint-Germain would accept the 260 million euros from Al Hilal or pounds. I'm not sure which currency it is. But I think, of course, Paris Saint-Germain would prefer to sell Mbappe outright this summer. But if Mbappe doesn't want to go anywhere on a permanent deal, then the next best thing is to loan him out for 1 year. So I think this is a strategic standoff, and Paris Saint-Germain will wait and see whether other clubs would bid for Mbappe. But I mean, there are very few clubs who can afford the 200 million transfer fee, and even fewer of those clubs need a striker right now. And Jurgen Klopp confirmed that Liverpool are working on solutions to sign a midfielder. Liverpool know what we have to do something there in midfield. That is absolutely clear. We are working on solutions. That's what Jurgen Klopp said, and that is very, very promising. And hopefully solutions means Puller, and not just signing Lavia, but signing other midfielders. And Jurgen Klopp has been calling for reinforcements for 2 years now, so I'm convinced that we are working on more than just signing Lavia for the midfield department. And on the captaincy, Jurgen Klopp said, I know already my decision, but I have to tell the players first. So it looks like it will not be a player vote on who the next captain should be. And I think it will be Virgil van Dijk. He's the most logical choice after Milner and Henderson left Liverpool. But Trent Alexander-Arnold is a good candidate. Mo Salah is a good candidate as well. I think for the next 2 or 3 years it would be Virgil van Dijk, and then the armband will be handed to either Robertson or Trent Alexander-Arnold. Robertson also is a great shout, because Robertson is always a leader on the pitch. Trent maybe at 24 is a little bit too early to get the captaincy, especially when we have such great leaders like Robertson and Virgil van Dijk on the pitch. But you know, Steven Gerrard was a lot younger than 24 when he got the captaincy. It will be very interesting who Jurgen Klopp picks for the captaincy. Jurgen Klopp was asked about, was he surprised when Henderson said he wanted to leave Liverpool? He said, of course I was surprised. We had a relationship for 8 years with Hendo. He knew the situation, that we wanted to keep him, but if he wanted to leave, we weren't going to throw rocks and stones in the way. It was about reacting to it. It was just a German figure of speech. A lot of Liverpool fans were shocked at his wording, because maybe he was referring to Saudi Arabia's punishment for certain things, stoning people, but it was just a figure of speech, a choice of words that probably in German makes a lot more sense than in English. So which means basically Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool wouldn't stand in Henderson's way if he wanted to leave. And when the pre-season training began, Henderson already said to Jurgen Klopp that I want to leave, and he was saying goodbye to his teammates, to staff at Liverpool. Ben Jacobs also gave a positive update on Romeo Lavia's hopefully transfer will be confirmed later this week for Liverpool. Southampton are holding out for 50 million, Ben Jacobs said, because 1 year ago that's what Chelsea tried to offer in the final days of the transfer window. Even though we haven't seen a formal Chelsea offer yet, they are talking up the finances and disrupting the market. They are inflating the market, and Liverpool know this, which is why they want to move quickly. Liverpool are reliant on the fact that they've got player buy-in, and now it's about what deal they can get done for under 50 million. And how much under 50 million? Because when Liverpool don't see value, they tend to walk away. But in this case, they believe they can get a deal done on their terms, and things are progressing. So this one stands a very realistic possibility now of getting done, which is music to my ears. And Jurgen Klopp also pretty much confirmed that Fabinho deal is not done yet, but it's not finalized. But he's not here in Singapore. He's not at pre-season. That means I will not really speak about it. Timings aren't exactly like we are used to it so far with Saudi Arabian clubs. We have already said this, that Saudi Arabian clubs are moving much slower with these transfer deals because they need government approval, and that is very slow and bureaucratic process. And Jurgen Klopp also said about Henderson, if you see the video of the Liverpool players speaking about Henderson, you know everything about him. That was really impressive. And I love this Jurgen Klopp quote. First, people want changes. Now everyone is worrying about the changes. We are really optimistic about it, excited as well. And that's the Liverpool fan base in a nutshell. We want a lot of new players, but when those new players are coming in, we are worrying about how they will fit in the system. Of course, Liverpool are going to change the midfield this summer. That was inevitable. Now we just need to sign Lavia as soon as possible. Fabinho deal is almost completed, and then after signing Lavia, we need to sign another defensive midfielders, more experienced defensive midfielders. Jurgen Klopp said that James Milner came on in some games and were very influential, and he finished the game off, basically slammed the game shot, and we have to have players for that role, which means that Liverpool will have a defensive midfielder who is an older, wiser head, not just a 19-year-old Lavia and an 18-year-old Bajcetic. Jurgen Klopp said this on Trent playing in midfield. Trent can play the position of defensive midfielder. I know we put him in a flexible role, and everyone told us to put him in midfield. On the defensive midfielder position, it's completely different to last season and for England. We really thought it's a very good idea for this pre-season to try Trent out as the defensive midfielder. Now we will try Trent as a right back again, and then we will see how we start the season. And Trent will start at right back against Leicester. I don't know the result because I'm recording this just before the game is kicking off. So yeah, let me know what you think about everything that we talked about. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.